Hey, I hope you're having an amazing day. We are going to do a live spiritual life coaching tonight. I realized earlier that I called it spiritual life coaching Q&A. I'm like, that sounds really confusing. That sounds like I'm hopping on live to talk to you about like Q&A of my spiritual life coaching. That doesn't make sense. What I want to do tonight is I want to coach you live. This is a really awesome opportunity. Hey Ellie, this is a really awesome opportunity for you to hop on with me, ask your questions. I don't do these often. This is actually the second one I'm doing this week, but I usually don't do them very often. But I do love doing these. It's a really great opportunity for me to be able to guide you and support you, hold space for you, and also a really great opportunity for you to ask me questions and allow me to coach you through similarly what I do with my one-on-one spiritual life coaching clients. So if you are new here, make sure you comment below and say hi as you're hopping on. I want to make sure that I am seeing you. And if you're watching the replay, hashtag replay, so I know that you are here and I can give you love. And I can't decide what's going on with this light. It's weird. I don't know why. It's just really weird tonight. I don't know what's going on. And what else was I going to say? Oh, if you are new here, my name is Kristen Jones. I am a spiritual life coach and a quantum Reiki healer. And yeah, so as you're hopping on, if you have questions, if you have things that are coming up, make sure that you comment with them. And also remember, this is a judgment-free zone. This is a space for love, for me to be able to hold space for you and to be able to guide and support you. Oh my gosh, I took my slippers off and now I'm taking the socks off because it's hot in here. I'm like, the vent is closed. Usually it's probably like 5 degrees out. And normally I have the window open because we're like in this, my Zindan is the middle bedroom and it's hot in here, man. It's hot. So, and actually, let me show you while we're waiting for everyone to hop on. But anyway, so before I do that, this is a good opportunity for you to ask questions. Some ideas are things that are coming up for you that you may be stressed about, maybe you're overwhelmed about, maybe you are noticing that you're triggered about something, maybe you're understanding that you're triggered by something specific. Maybe you are having situations come up in your relationships. Maybe you are on your spiritual journey, which if you are here, I'm assuming that's what you are. And you have questions about your spiritual journey. Tonight is the full moon, and I'll talk about that in a second too, but I wanted to show you, see if this will flip. Okay, so you can kind of see this. You can see my ring light a little bit too. I've got some of my crystal babies sitting out, including those, I can't really, right in the corner, right there. Those are the ones that I use for my chakra alignments, for my one-on-one quantum Reiki sessions, and then my chakra alignment board is right there. I just put them in the windowsill. Like, let's not overcomplicate this. We tend to overcomplicate the shit out of everything. So let's not complicate this. If you listen to, I think it's the first episode of Rise Within Conversations, my podcast, it's hilarious. I talk about how I overcomplicated everything in my spiritual journey, which is why I created my free group, And She Rises, on Facebook, because, man, I had no idea what I was doing. And I was like, I would really love to make this more simple for other people and for other people to have a community, to be able to ask questions or at least gain knowledge, right? So, let me just make sure there's no comments here before I start going. So tonight is the full moon, and I'm not an astrology expert. I cannot figure out why. Ellie, just because I see you're on, does it look like I have like a film over me? It's like, hey Sarah, it looks like there's something over my screen. I can't tell what it is. So if you have questions, please comment with them below. Otherwise, I'm just going to keep talking to you. Hey, Amanda. And I know it takes Instagram a few minutes, so if you're watching the replay, just like fast forward through it. If you're catching me live, hey, say hi. This is a good opportunity for you to ask questions, and while you are thinking of something, or if you already know something, comment it. And again, this is a safe place. I don't tolerate bullying, and there's a judgment-free zone. Another thing that you may or may not know about me is I don't believe in TMI, so there's like, we're all human beings. We're all experiencing very similar things. And so yeah, ask away. I'm an open book. So yeah, while you're thinking about those things, I'm going to talk about the full moon for a second. Tonight is the full moon, and I do have a podcast on this. The best time to do a full moon ritual is the night of the full moon, obviously. But the energy of the full moon is a couple days before and a couple days after. So if you're just like, oh crap, I forgot. No worries, do it tomorrow night, do it Saturday night. But really, there is not a bad time. Just the energy of the moon in general will allow you to work. The energy of the moon works with you in what it is that you're going to release specifically. So the full moon represents release, and the energy of this full moon is it's Leo, which is fire. And so if you have fire, if you have a lot of fire in your astrology chart, actually, this book is so fucking amazing. It's called The Only Astrology Book You Will Ever Need. And it's not lying. It is amazing. You don't need any other astrology book besides this one. Just look up The Only Astrology Book You'll Ever Need on Amazon or whatever, and you'll find it. And you can go through and figure out your whole chart. There's also websites and stuff like that. Just like Google it. I'm not an expert in it, but I did my own research on my own chart, my husband's and my boys'. And so I know that. And so it's just really interesting. So if you have a lot of fire in your chart, you may feel this moon a lot more. Or if it is one of your primary signs, your sun, your rising, or your moon. So my rising is Aries. Sometimes we can be very much like our rising sign over our sun sign. I'm a Gemini, so I'm totally a Gemini, but I definitely notice a lot of Aries traits. So I feel this moon, but I don't feel it in a way that makes me feel like I'm losing my crap. Like many moons make me feel. This one I have sat and I have written a lot today. A lot. I've had a couple of really amazing downloads of different things I want to do. If you watched my stories today, I asked you about like the journaling prompt of the day-ish and the affirmations of the day-ish. Those were ideas. I also have a couple other ones I'm not ready to share yet because they're still like in the ideation process or the ideation part of the creation process. So, but yeah, it's really amazing what comes through with each full moon. So whether you're feeling it or not, there's no right or wrong. Sometimes you feel it more than others. Sometimes it makes you wired. Other times it makes you feel sleepy. Sometimes it can make you feel anxious or jittery. And yeah, Sarah, these are the books that I have. So Lunar Abundance. I can't remember what the name of yours was. It was something similar to that. No, not the same. No, it's not the same. But Lunar Abundance and Moonology. And they're really cool. And if you're feeling called to it, then absolutely. For me, it just felt like, it felt like a lot. And so I just usually follow the new moon and the full moon. So full moon is release. So why don't you tell me what you're going to release? What is one thing that you want to release with the full moon? And just comment that below. And let's talk about that. I don't even really remember what this book is. I'm trying to remember. This one was with the specific phases, and it's got like places where you can rate and stuff, which is really cool. But I don't remember what this is. I don't really remember what this one was about, so I can't help you with that. Probably one that I picked up like about 3 years ago, and I read through and I was like, cool. And then I just put it away. Oh, it's got like your houses. So yeah, I still feel like the astrology book would be better over this one. Maybe. Yeah. So, lunar magic to change your life. Cool. You have to keep me posted on how you like it. So tell me one thing that you want to release under the full moon. I did mine last night. And so like I said, it's under, 2 days before, 2 days after, the day of is the best time to do it. And for me, okay, so let's see. For me, I chose 3 things, and I was feeling so called to release these 3 things. And I was feeling so called to do it last night, so I didn't even question it, I just did it. And I did a face mask last night as well. Hi, Stacy. Okay, so the first one was I released limiting thoughts that hold me back from breaking my glass ceiling. And then I have more with that. I release negative thought patterns and I'm willing to do my part to rewire my brain. And I release the anxiousness around the lack of routine. So, hi. So for me, my husband just came back from a deployment. And it wasn't a very long one, but it was enough for us to get out of routine before he left because he had to quarantine because Rona. So we were out of routine then. And then he left, and so it took the kids and I a little bit to get into a routine. We got into a solid routine, and then bam, he came back. And then he had a week off, and then he is working nights. And so this consistent change of routine and schedule, I thrive in routine, has been throwing me off a little bit. And so I've really had to like step back and be like, observing and asking myself questions and finding out why I'm feeling the way I'm feeling. So I encourage you guys to think about that tonight. And if you don't have any questions, I won't keep you guys. These live spiritual life coaching these live spiritual life coaching are for me an opportunity for me to be able to help you, guide you, and support you and things that are coming up for you in your life, whether it's anxiousness, maybe you are stressed and overwhelmed about something, maybe something keeps coming up for you that is not serving you, maybe you're having a specific thought pattern, maybe there's things coming up in your relationships, things that are not serving you. And so this is a good opportunity for me to be able to help guide you and support you. I might do one next week. I haven't decided yet. I haven't even looked at my calendar for next week. Just scrolling through, making sure I'm not missing anything. So yeah. So one thing that I'm going to do is, I think it's episode 17 of Rise Within Conversations. If you want to learn more about the full moon rituals, I give a lot of really great tips there. And then I put a reel up today that's full moon rituals, and I give you some different ideas of different things you can do. Once I hop off here, after my husband goes to work, I might pull an oracle card. I'm going to do a self-Reiki healing and meditation for sure. I've actually been meditating pretty frequently, twice a day, which is crazy because I usually shoot for 5 times a week, so 5 different days a week. But with my husband's schedule, I'm just like, no one's in the room with me, so I'm just gonna meditate before I fall asleep. And it's been working really well. It's been helping a lot, actually. So yeah. Okay, so if you don't have any questions, I'm going to hop on here. I wanted to take this opportunity to let you know that my spiritual life coaching program starts a week from Monday. And so if you're like, I really want to ask you a question, but I'm afraid to do it live, I'm going to encourage you to step outside of your comfort zone and be on the lookout for my next live spiritual life coaching that I will hop on sometime next week. I'm not sure of the day, but I want to make sure that I do at least one next week. And my spiritual life coaching program is a really great opportunity if you are someone that is really looking for more guidance in your life, if you are someone that is struggling with stress, anxiety, and overwhelm, if you are really feeling like you are lost in your path and you just are unsure of your next steps or what way to move, if you are having these triggers and these things coming up in your life and you're noticing them, but you're really not sure how to work through these shadows of these things that are surfacing, of the layers that keep popping up for you, this is where I come in, and this is where I help you shine the light on the shadows and allow you to lovingly surface these things that are not serving you. And I hold support for you. I am that container of support for you as you are working through these things, as you are working through all these different situations that are coming up for you, whether it's a couple things or multiple things. And I give you the tools to help you be successful in working through these. So we do a couple coaching calls a month. We also do a one-on-one quantum Reiki session. If you've never experienced a quantum Reiki healing session with me, quantum Reiki is a holistic healing modality, and it is a form of Reiki. It's the highest form of Reiki. So these healing frequencies hold the frequencies of all the other forms of Reiki. It is magic. It is powerful. I am a certified spiritual life coach, but I am also a certified quantum Reiki master, quantum Reiki grandmaster, as well as traditional Usui Reiki and other healing modalities. And being able to package in this quantum Reiki with my spiritual life coaching program is powerful, because not only are we going in and we're clearing out and we're healing the things that are out of balance for you, but it's also lovingly allowing you to surface things that are not serving you. And as it's coming up for you, I'll be able to coach you through it and help you through it and guide you through it and support you through it, which is next level, so powerful. So you do get the 2 one-on-one coaching calls a month, and then a 9-in-1 call that you can use anytime throughout the month. We do a 60-minute quantum Reiki session, as well as a 30-minute group Reiki session that includes your immediate family members and any other of my one-on-one clients and their immediate family members. So it is completely different from what I do for the public every couple weeks. And then we also do Voxer, which, if you're not familiar with Voxer, it is basically like having me on speed dial, where we connect, and anytime that you need something, if you have any questions or anything like that come up in between calls, in between sessions or anything, I am there for you to be able to text me. We can talkie back and forth. It is so amazing, and it also, I just feel like it strengthens our relationship, and also be able to help me help you on another level. We do weekly check-ins and intention setting. You get access to my member dashboard, where I have a couple different videos that I walk you through on specifics of intention setting, how to exactly do it, what it is that I'm helping you achieve by doing that, as well as diving into journaling, how it's beneficial for you, how exactly to journal. It's magic. Oh, I also give you my energy healing meditation series, which is pretty awesome too, and infused with quantum Reiki. So all the things. It is magic. It is amazing. If it keeps showing up for you, here's my biggest thing. If it keeps showing up for you, it is for a reason. These things don't just show up and keep showing up for no reason. And so my encouragement for you is to listen to that nudge, listen to that intuitive hit, and feel into it, and ask yourself some questions. Reach out to me, ask me questions. I promise I don't bite. I love to talk. And my only goal is to help you make the most informed decision for yourself. And also be able to ask you questions to make sure it is a good fit for you, because I don't want you to like just spend the money. That's not what it's for. I want to make sure that it is a good investment for you and that it will be a good fit. So I'm going to ask one last time, does anybody have any questions? Does anybody have something that's coming up for them that they want to have guidance on and help me work through? Help you work through. Oh, wait just a second, because I know there's just a little bit of a lag in time on Instagram. I don't know if we said this, but we start a week from Monday with spiritual life coaching. And if you want to learn more, just go to the link in my bio, or andsherises.com is my website. Click on services and then spiritual life coaching. You can get some of the information there. Yeah. Ooh, I'm also I said I was doing a lot of writing. This moon is making me so creative. It's like more creative than normal. So I scheduled, I think I put 2 blog posts up today. I had to not do it as my web designer was working on my website from October through December. So I had to wait on my blog posts. And so now I'm just getting all of them aligned that I really wanted to put up, and I'm scheduling them so you can become a site member and you can get notified when my blog posts come up. Yeah, and then just go to my website and click on blog, and there's like a little search bar. I've got like book suggestions and journaling prompts and inner guidance and self-growth and self-care and information on Reiki and like all the things. It's so robust. I think you would love it. So if there's nothing, if you guys don't have any questions, then be sure to look out for the next live spiritual life coaching and have an opportunity. Be thinking of questions over the weekend that you want to ask, write them down. And remember, I feel like somebody wants to ask a question because I can feel it. I feel it right here. So if that's you, I want to encourage you to ask yourself what it is that you're really afraid of. What are you afraid of? Are you safe? I feel like you're safe and it's okay and you're going to be okay. And fear is a weird thing. I'll just say this before I hop off. Fear is a weird thing. I think I said this on my last live, but it's like our brains have not been changed since the dawn of time. We were created to keep ourselves safe from things that were really putting us in danger, like saber-toothed tigers, right? We were running from saber-toothed tigers when we were cavemen and cavewomen and trying to keep ourselves safe. And so now, even in the world that we live in, most of the time we're pretty safe, right? But oftentimes these things come up for us that our brain is like, alert, 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 you're not safe. But actually, you're not being chased by a saber-toothed tiger. You're not being harmed. And so like in this situation, if you're just like, oh, I just really want to ask this question, it's not like, you're going to be harmed in any way. And so it's important for us to be like, okay, to acknowledge that fear and be like, it's okay that I feel this way. It's okay that this emotion and this energy is coming up for me. Where is this coming from? Why am I feeling like this? And oftentimes when we continue to be that gentle observer and we get curious about what it is that we're feeling and why we're feeling that way, it enables us to get to the root of the situation, of the emotion, of the feeling. And so oftentimes it looks like I'm just afraid to ask this question, or I'm just afraid to do this thing. But the truth is, when we say, okay, why am I afraid? Well, why else am I afraid? Okay, well, why else am I afraid? And we get to the root of what it is. Well, maybe we are just afraid to use our voice. Maybe we were told no a lot as a child. And so when we backtrack it, it comes from those childhood memories of, it was not safe for us to talk. It was not safe for us to speak up. We were always told to sit down and shut up. We were always told no, or whatever the situation was. This is just a random example. Maybe someone needs to hear this tonight. I'm just going to trust that it's coming out for a reason. And So now we get to love on that child, that inner us, that younger version of us, and we get to let her know, hey, you're safe. It's okay. It's actually okay for you to speak up. It's safe for you to speak up. And so we can rewire our brain. I know one of the things that I mentioned that I wanted to release was the negative thought patterns. Well, how do we do that? We rewire our brain by reminding ourselves that what our truth is, and we have to remind ourselves of our truth every single day, sometimes multiple times a day. And that is how you create that safety net, letting yourself know that you're safe, letting yourself know that it's okay to use your voice, that it's okay to speak your truth, that nothing bad is going to happen, that you can come from a grounded space of heart-centered love when you speak. And then remind yourself too, you can manifest this into existence. I am speaking, the way that I'm speaking is received. It is received with love. It is understood, and I feel safe, and I am continuously supported. And just remind yourself of those things. So I hope that was helpful for you guys. I hope that you have an amazing full moon and that you do something vibey and soul-filling. I love the full moon. It's just a reminder for us to practice that self-care and continuously work on ourselves too, right? So I hope you guys have a great night, and I will talk to you soon.